Okay, everyone, here we go. Welcome to week 3 of Art 202. We got a lot going on this week. Again, we're building up that oeuvre, your vocabulary, so that you can write about art, and we're going to be doing that a lot this week. We're going to be doing a formal analysis paper that it's just a short 2 to 3 pages, but we do have a lot going on. I do want to draw your attention to the fact that today, Monday, November 9th, is the last day to drop a course with a refund. So if you decided, you know what, I just don't have time for this class, or if there's another class going on right now, if you didn't want to get a refund, you have to do that by today. Otherwise, after this, you won't be able to get a refund, and I believe there's only another week before you can have a W on your transcript or withdraw. So make sure that you're paying attention to all of that good stuff. Okay, we're going to be talking about mediums and methods. So we talked last week about formal elements of design. This week we're going to get more of a vocabulary on mediums, so what the different mediums are. We're going to talk about different painting styles, drawing styles, sculpture, all that good stuff. Get that vocabulary under our belt. And so in your reading, you're just reading chapter 4, which is the Artist at Work, Conventions and Training, and then you have your lecture. So lecture slides you can download here. You can view the lecture video here if it's not working right here at this link. Again, don't panic. There's a lot of vocabulary this week, but a lot of it is pretty, makes a lot of sense. So there's a little more interesting terms like intaglio and zone system and daguerreotype, camera obscura, but they're not terribly difficult terms to master. And again, remember, all your quizzes, anything you're going to be using these terms for is always open book, open note. So make sure you take a look at your lecture first. Our artist of the week is Pablo Picasso. So there's a really good documentary series called Modern Masters, and you're going to be watching the one about Picasso this week. And we have our reflect and our artist of the week questions kind of, will work together. Remember that these artist of the week questions, that these reflect the journal, discussion boards, they're not meant to be long, tedious assignments. They're meant to be quick reflections, quick answers to questions, just to get you to start thinking critically. So don't overanalyze these. Do them to their fullest, but don't overdo them either. I don't want you guys getting overworked. Remember, these are small assignments. So I want you to answer these questions once you watch the film. So question number 1, what was something you learned about Picasso that you did not know before? Again, 2 sentences answer. I'm not looking for essays on these. Number 2, how has Picasso changed the way we think about art in the contemporary world? And 3, what method of art making Picasso experimented with is your favorite and why? So remember, you don't even need to attach an attachment. If you don't want to, you can just type this directly into the text editor. Make sure you don't do it in the comment section, but that you hit write submission. So when we click on these assignments, they look like this. So don't put your answers here. This is the comment section. This will show up in a weird kind of side screen. You want to hit write submission. This is where your text editor pops up. This is where you want to put your text, or alternatively, you can attach a file if you want to. I think it's easier to just do it this way. So that is how that works. Oops, let's go ahead and go back. Okay. So that's our artist of the week, and our reflect is about Picasso as well. So watch the documentary, and then I want you to go to the Met Museum's collection of Picasso's work, and you just do that by clicking here. And this website is going to pop up, and it's got the Met's whole collection of Picasso's work. So what you're going to do, you're going to pick one that you like, any of them, doesn't matter. So select one work that is your favorite and include the image in your discussion board thread. So make sure you embed that image. So you're going to need to download. You should be able to, when you click on this, it should pop up a little bit larger. My computer's being a bit slow. You should be able to, drag this to your desktop, and then you can then embed it into your discussion board that way. All the citation information is right here. Remember, you don't need all this. All you need is artist name, title of the work in italics, please. This is the title of the work, Gertrude Stein, right here. The medium, the date it was created, and the source, which would be the full web address, where I could click on that web address and it would take me directly to your image. Okay, so what I want you to do is write just brief, I'm looking 3 to 4 sentences maybe. What makes this work your favorite? Can you describe the visual elements present? How does this work fit into Picasso's oeuvre? And if you don't know what that word means, I've included a link so that you can learn about it. And then I want you to comment on a minimum of 2 peers' posts. Do you agree, disagree with what they had to say? So quick, easy. So let's get to your formal analysis paper. So you're going to choose one of the 3 iconic paintings below, and you're going to write a 2 to 3 page formal analysis. So formal analysis is quite simply an analysis of the forms utilized in the work of art. It's a close inspection of the artist's use of aspects such as color, shape, line, mass, space. All those terms we learned about in week 2, right? We are simply pulling back the curtain, looking at the tools in the artist's toolbox. Okay. So you're going to be required to use a minimum of 10 formal elements of design. So that's, again, from lecture material from last week in your analysis. And what I encourage you to do is put those terms in italics or bold them so that I know, okay, that's one of the terms they're using. This paper is not to be based on opinion, but on observable truth. So do not conduct any outside research for this paper. You don't need to. You can briefly talk about themes present, you know, what's going on. Okay, we've got the Virgin and Child and St. Anne. You know, we can talk briefly about what's going on contextually. But we don't really need to go into interpreting because we're doing a formal analysis. So you may briefly talk about these themes present in the artwork, but only as to how these themes are communicated through elements of design. So how is the artist using light, for example, to tell a story here? Because it's really powerful, right? How is the artist using color here? How is the artist using composition and color and all kinds of stuff here, right? So be sure to consider how the viewer may have a specific emotional response to the work because of the way the artist has composed the work. So again, how lights and shadows might affect mood, etc. So your paper must include a title page formatted either to MLA or APA. I don't care which one you use as long as you're consistent. Please title the paper using the title of the artwork you chose to analyze. This assignment is submitted as a safe assign and it will be scanned for plagiarism, so just make sure that you're aware of that. So again, so you have Da Vinci's Virgin and Child with St. Anne. So you have something very kind of, you know, traditional, Renaissance, naturalistic, realistic. You have the complete opposite with Henri Matisse, Le Bonheur de Vivre, which is the, you know, the joy of life, basically. This was from the 20th century, so very different type of painting, very abstract, very imaginative, right? And then we have Edward Hopper's Nighthawks, which is right in the 20th century as well. Since we want to stay a little bit more up with the times, I gave you a Renaissance piece and then 2 20th century pieces. And this kind of, you know, plays with naturalism, but kind of tweaks it, doesn't it? It manipulates it to give us a certain mood. So make sure that you're looking at all of those things. I'm more than happy to proofread if you want to submit things early, or if you want to send me some ideas, or if you're having trouble with certain terms. Don't hesitate to ask. I'm your biggest ally, your biggest advocate, your biggest help here, so use me as a tool to get your work done. Okay, so that's what we got. Formal analysis paper, quick reflect, and Artist of the Week questions. Don't overanalyze those. You've got your quiz based on lecture, and that's what we got going on this week. So a lot to get through, but manage your time well. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, and have a great week.